Hello guys, I wanted to continue my modding tutorial on making an NPC. So if you haven't checked out part 1, then please do, because a lot of stuff I'll be referring to from there when I continue. So first of all, so you've just loaded up your test construction set. If you're wondering where your mod is, so you just press file and then data, and then you don't have to press tick the oblivion.esm if that's your master file. Mastering, as that's the required resources to make the mod. So all I have to do is click my mod, which is JH Meeting People, and then press this button, set as active file. Always do that. Don't ever try and save it as open it just as a plugin. It won't work. So it takes a while. There we go. Here we are. So let's look at our NPC. So the NPC was while we were looking at JH Olivia. So JH Olivia, we tested her out and she was there, which is good. But how do we get her to follow us? So I guess first of all, we'll give her the command to follow us. So if you are in the NPC window and you press AI here, and then press new. First of all, at the ID, give your AI thing the ID 2. So I'm going to call it JH Olivia follow. Give it a name, that way you could locate it easily. And then if you go to package type, are the various ones, but the one you need is follow. There we go, follow. It's pretty simple, but you need to make sure you put it so that it's going to player. So if I've got, if you're on schedule and there's 4 tabs here, you go to target, and here it says any objects, but you don't want it any objects. You don't want it at none. That'll crash your game. So what I usually do is type it in. Usually it takes a while because there's so many object IDs. So I'm hoping that's going to work. I hope it's not going to take too long, but it should. But I'm going to try and do a variety. Oh, there we go. Player. Count. I'm not sure if this actually increases your distance from the player or not, but give it a number, 50 or so. Just so that's like the minimum distance. I think it is anyway. So, okay. Right. Now, it has no conditions, so this will occur all the time. Also, before, make sure your player has some aggression, at least 5. If it's 0, they will not attack anyone, even if it's an enemy. So make sure it's 5, so they have a little bit of anger in them. Confidence, set it to 100. It just means that they won't run away anytime. They'll just fight till death. Energy level 100. They'll do activities faster, I think it is. And responsibility, depending on what sort of player you want. Lower responsibility means your player is more criminal, and so will, when they are completing AI activities like wandering or maybe eating, they'll steal. Whereas if they have a high responsibility, if they're wanting to eat something, they'll eat something that's legit or nothing at all. So they're a more responsible citizen. But so I'm gonna make her a 70. So the only problem with responsibility too, if you're picklocking or something else, then they'll see you and they'll report you, which is a bit mean, but that's the way the game works. But I'm gonna find a way to sort that out. We're gonna make it so the NPC waits somewhere. But what I'm gonna test this out first to make sure it's working. So we'll jump into Oblivion. here. So here we are in the Temple District. So we've got to the waterfront, so that's where I placed it. And here we are. Oh, there she is. So there she goes. She's following me. She won't stop following me. It doesn't matter what I do. There's her only AI activities to follow. And I don't know if you had saw part 1, you realise she's in completely different armour. She's got glass armour now on, and maybe a bit of elven, but you see it kind of mixes and matches. So, yeah. So that's working. But we want to be able to... What we want to be able to do now is make it so that we decide, like, whether she can follow us or not. We don't want it to... She's always following us. It's kind of... It makes it a bit... you know, if you get fed up of them, then you kind of get a bit annoyed, don't you? But nevertheless, we're going to try and stick that in today. So what I usually do is I do it as part of a quest. So I have a quest here. So I already have a quest, but what you have to do basically to make a new quest, you just right click and then press new. Doesn't matter if it's selecting arena announce or whatever, you know, it just press new and it should be fine. Priority, have it about 50 so that it knows to carry that out. Don't think it matters too much, but don't have it at 0. And the script here, the script is what's going to be important. Now I already have one, but pretty simple. How to make a script, I'll show you in a bit. Quest stages, so these are the stages of your quest. What you can do with quest stages is you can mark your followers where they are in the world so you don't lose track of them. Quest targets, so these are actual quest targets, so it points a, you know, that arrow that usually marks towards a quest. Well, this, you can have an arrow that actually goes to the follower, and you can mark them wherever they go. You have to make a reference to the actual player, the NPC point in game, and I'll show you how to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to get it through all today, but we'll see. So topics here. So topics, I've made a few already, and these are simple too. You right click and then topic, and usually, how come it's not working? Alright, okay. For some reason it's not working. Doesn't matter, but I don't know why it's not letting me add a topic. Oh, there we go. So here you go. These are all the topics. Now, try not to mess with them too much because they do relate to the game. And that mod will therefore change different aspects of the game that probably won't. So be careful. What you do though is press new, and then boom, and it'll come to a thingy. So, and you just put a random one like, I just call it test for now, and then you select it and then press OK. I'm not going to use that though because I've already got one, but yeah, that's how to do one. Or so follow. Now I have one for follow. You can change the topic text. Now the topic text is what you'll see in game, so it'll come up when you go to your follower, and it opens the dialogue. You'll have different options, of course, like rumours, the city where you are, like Leywin or Anvil, and you'll have this as well if they have the topic. So this one, well, it says certainly that works for me. If you watch another one of my Oblivion videos about audio files, you realise that this is related to that. I'm not going to mess with the audio files, but I might add it in another quest, in another like video or so, because it's quite well, I've already covered it in a another video. I think it's in the audio files one. I might leave a link, and it takes a while, but I'll do this anyway. I'll put request. Just put. So what I'm gonna do? So I press new in follow, and I'm gonna put just say, okay then, as like a response. So when you press follow, they'll say okay then, and now give them like an emotion. Say they're happy when you ask them to do it, and then you press okay, and then once you've done that, then you need to make sure there's some conditions. So if you go to the conditions down here, and then right click it and press new, it comes up with a very default one called get disposition. Now you don't want that for this. You want get is ID, so it's not a very long list, so it should be easy to find. So get is ID, yeah. There's a function parameters, so you go into that. So object ID, so I'm gonna go. I've typed it in, but you can look for it in the search bar. But I've typed it in first, just to make it a bit easier. So there we go. So that makes sure that when you talk to her, that response will only affect her. So, and it will make sure that no one else has it, not a random amount of other people will have it. So, and the cool thing is, you can have loads of followers, and it can all be under the same like topic. So it's the same one. So JAH follow. You don't have to create multiple follow topics, so you can encompass all your NPCs. You just need one. Just make sure you know where they are, so you don't get confused. But yeah, once I've got that, right, I just say press goodbye. You don't have to do this. If you don't press goodbye, it just means it goes back to the dialogue boxes. But I press goodbye, so it goes back to playing the game. So, okay. So how does that, though, then relate to the actual AI? How do we make it so that when you press follow, it'll change it so that she follows, starts following you? Now, first of all, you need a script. Now, so if you go to quest data tab, right, I have already one here, but it's very simple to make one. So you just press those three dots next to the script thing, and usually it'll come up with an empty one, because it won't come, because I already have one. It's showing this, but it won't. It'll come up with an empty one. And if you press new script at top left here, just press cancel, and then give it a name. So scene. So your scripts always begin with scene, SCN. Make a prefix for it so you know where it is. So and then call it. I'm going to call it test script, because I'm not going to use this script. It's just an example. Now the next bit is important. What you have is, well, first of all, you have variables. So these variables are useful for helping you to start events happening and then to turn them off. Also, pressing the semicolon, you can do comments, so you can know where stuff are. So if I want to make a variable, I'll pick them up in test. So now int test is integer test. You can also do short. Well, if you know a bit about programming, I think short is just, I think it's it uses a smaller amount of memory in your RAM if you use short in compared to long. But besides that, it's very similar to integer in relation to Oblivion. So I use short because I think short uses less memory. Very little difference, but yeah, if you roll with it, it's fine. And then we have these. I forgot what they're called, but they're called blocks. So when you say begin game mode. Right, begin game mode just means that as soon as the game starts, the script will run. Now you have to have these on all scripts. You can't just have them in this Oblivion script, because there's one for menus, there's one for spells, and a variety of other ones as well. So, but yeah. Well, I've done that already, but all if you want some to like just give like a brief like starter to like scripts to get you going, you can copy this and to use it as a template. So yeah, so just to set you in good stead. But I'm not going to use this one because I've kind of got one already. So I can go back to my. Do you wish to save? I'll press no. So yeah. So here we go. Now, yeah, a common thing I do is to make sure the quest starts, to make sure the quest is running. What I do is, I'll have quest stages. Now, I know I put track your follows there, but you can do that and then just leave it empty. And then, as soon as you say, like, set stage, your quest 10, then it'll start, or whatever stage you say. So usually, if you go to quest stages and you right click in the index, you can create a new one. So say 20. You usually do it in increments of 10 because the quest targets are used, quest stages are used to keep a log of your quests. And in the scripts, if you see here, so as you say, it's a begin game mode, and then set stage, the name of your quest 10. And also make sure that this here is set to quest script. You don't want because it won't work for quests. And also just make sure that in your quest that it's set to your script. Now and also just make sure it's the quest, because you won't find it if it's not a quest script in the quest script thingy there. So you set the stage to that, and then that hopefully just makes sure the quest is running. Because I don't think, because you have this tick box here, start game enabled, and I don't think that always works. Well, I don't know really whether for other people, but not really for me, I've noticed. And then you want to add the topic. So I already have it here, but add the topic of what you are adding to the game, so that it just shows in game. So I've already got it, say JAH follow, but so that just makes sure the topics are there. But I do have to create 2 new variables. I'll just put I think I should do this on my own, but I kinda don't. So short, right? Olivia follow. Doesn't have keep it nice and simple, because but you want to tell it. You want it to be something that you can understand. You know what it's saying to you. I'll put one for Olivia wait 2. And then save. Just make sure you have your script name there with SCN at beginning. If you're using variables, some variables there, and then and on a begin game mode block or begin inventory. But I'll try and in other videos I might try and do some examples with other blocks, like on def or something else. So there's the values. Now I think they're set at 0, so that's good, because that's what we want it to do at the start of the game. Now, now what we have to do. So when we ask her to follow us, right? We want it so that she follows us, right? So how do we do that? So we've created the script with the topic, adding the topic, and we've made it so the variable exists. But we are for like an on switch. There's like a result script here. So you put something like set stage. No, actually, no. Just set JH. So this is your. So the name of your quest, and then the name of the variable, because it's reference. No, actually, no. Name of variable. So it was Olivia follow. So space and then to 1, and compile. Yeah, that should be working. So now when she follows us, she'll. So now when we ask her to follow us, it'll set the variable to 1. But now, how do we link that to our, for example, our AI system? How do we tell the AI system to, okay, follow when this variable is 1? So pretty easy actually. So just save it, save regularly, so you make sure it's there. Maybe even do some backup files as well. So we go to the NPC screen of the player we're trying to change. So there's a thingy here, AI. Well, and then go into your AI, your follow AI script conditions. So there's no conditions here. That's why she'll follow no matter what. But if we put here, right click and then press new, and then get quest variable. So that's what you want to get quest variable. The quest we're looking for is JH meeting quest, people quest, and then it's Olivia follow, and then set that to 1, and there we go. Now should we let's test this out, because it's always good to test, just make sure it's working, because it's annoying though when you go so far and it's like, oh man, where I went wrong. So here we are then in Temple District. Let's go to so here we are. Let's go see her. Now, I don't think she's following me. No, she's not following me. So, okay, that's good. That's intended. I don't know why that horse disappeared, but hey ho.
A pleasure to see you.
So we'll go talk to her.
I hope I can help.
So there we go. We have the dialogue. So that's the topic text. So we ask her to follow her. So okay then. There we go. So she's following us now. That's brilliant.
I hope I can help.
Right, but the only problem is now she'll follow us no matter what. Now there's no.
Quite a story, don't you think?
There's no chance of us.
Once in a while.
Oh,
Everyone's talking about the victory over Mayroon's Dagon. I can hardly believe that the great Oblivion crisis is over.
Fine. Good for you.
I heard that some of the provinces were talking about seceding from the Empire. Probably just talk, though. Everything's a bit unsettled now.
Interesting.
Safe travels.
Goodbye.
haha, I just like those Oblivion conversations. But yeah, it's still working, you know. But now, I want to make it so that, you know, when I ask her to follow me again, you know, I want it to stop. I don't know why I have loads of them here. Just get rid of them. So yeah. So, and I also wanted to make it so that that it won't show follow again. It'll show the other topic that says don't follow. So yeah. Now there are ways of going about asking your followers to stop following you, but the way I'm going to do it, I have a separate one for follow. So there's follow, JAH follow, and then there's JAH don't follow. This is the follow bit that, you know, just don't stop following. But you can just put it in the JH follow, but it'll come under the same topic text. So it'll be saying follow, but when you press it, it'll say, and she'll leave you. So it's just for clarity. So if you're making a mod, you want to tell the player that when you press this, you know, this is what happens. They don't follow you. So yeah. So I already have one there. So yeah, just create another one. First of all, let's just make sure. So yeah, get his ID. So there's different responses. These responses depend on conditions. Different. Yeah. So if they have different conditions, then you have to make sure you separate them and know which response needs a certain condition. So for that, because I could see follow, even though she was still following me, and she could say okay then. That goes through the whole script of saying it's 1 and whatever. Kind of don't want that to happen. It's confusing, but so what I do is I'll get the quest variable for this as well. So get quest variable. So JH meeting people quest. So Olivia follow. Do the similar sort of thing. This time want it to 0 equals 0 when. So this means she's not following us at all. So when she but when we ask her to follow us, we won't see that anymore. We won't see follow anymore. It'll be gone, which is what we want. But we want to make one for don't follow. So if we have one for don't follow, if we right click into and just add a new response, just make sure it's a different topic, and then just say fine, you know, kind of an angry mood, you know, because she's like, I enjoyed it, but now I have to leave. 70. Okay. Now a little trick you can do. So where I said okay, then I can right click in the area with all the conditions in, and then press copy all conditions, and then go back to don't follow and go back to fine. Right click in that conditions box and then paste conditions. Now it's still directing to the same NPC, which is good. I'll keep that same, but this time if we have a look, it goes to Olivia follow. Now I want that to be 1 this time, so set that to 1. So we only see this when she is following us or when it's 1. And yeah, and then when we have that, I'm just wondering what else. I think there might be one more thing. Say goodbye when she does. There's also one for wait, but I might save that for another video, because it's getting quite long actually. It does take a while. Yeah, I think it is. Just make sure that you will add the topic to the your script, because you won't see it. So it's JAH.follow, and I forgot my script. Mine already has it there, JAH follow, and then JAH.follow. So I already have it there. Just make sure it's the same title, or you'll get a script error, which is good, I guess, because you don't want it to be the wrong one and not find out. But yeah, should be okay. I'm thinking, hoping anyway. Yeah, because the AIs, we know that she needs to have a follow variable of 1 when she is following you, but when it's 0, she'll just return to standing still. So let's test it out then. Oh wait, there's one more thing. Oh, I'm glad I remembered. Right, I forgot something. So if we go back to the quest and the topics, where it says okay, then I'll just copy this. and then go back to don't follow, and then fine, paste. So set this variable, so it's the same variable what we set before, but this time to 0. Compile, and there we go. Yeah, that was just a thing. It's so many little steps, sometimes it can be a bit difficult. So let's test it out then, let's see if it works. So I'll look at him. Go to Cyrodiil. I mean, to Watford. So I'll go find her. Oh, there she is.
Greetings to you.
Well met.
So ask her to follow us. So there you go, she's following us. This is good.
Have pity, sir. I got nothing to eat.
Hello.
Something I can do for you.
I think someone's going to talk to her. This is the problem sometimes.
Eat.
NPCs.
Hello.
Greetings
Greetings
to
put
you.
aside to celebrate of our
Everyone wants to
deliverance
know what
from
really
evil.
happened in the temple.
Thanks
What
to
happened to
Akatosh
Marsh?
and his
Was the
servant,
fiery
Mark.
dragon really Akatosh?
What
I've
great
heard others
news.
say the same.
Good to hear.
What's the news from the
Aye.
other parts of Tamriel?
So yeah, when they sometimes they'll talk.
You were Martin's friend, weren't you? You were fortunate to have known him.
So yeah, so there it is. Don't follow. Let's see what she does now. All right, she's still following us.
You were Martin's friend, weren't you? Good day.
Okay. Maybe I've got something wrong here. What we'll do is, I think because I don't have an AI for her to like default to, then she doesn't know what she's doing, so she's just continuing the same one. But we'll try a different avenue. So yeah, I'll just check this is alright. Yeah, that's fine. So what I might do, I'll make her so she wanders just a few 100 meters. So if you want to make a wandering thing, you just go to the AI tab of your NPC and just put something like name of the follower and then wander, just so she wanders around. Because sometimes they do need one to like default to. Nope. Right, I'll go to get quest variable. Function parameters JH, yeah, meeting people quest. Olivia follow. So that's when it's 0, so she'll wander around. When you're wandering, because she's just gonna wander around where she lives, and she won't be following us because just put this at 100, so we know where she is. Okay, so that should work, but we'll see. We'll go back in. I apologise if this is a bit of like back and forth sort of thing. You know, this is what you're supposed to be doing, but you've got to be testing every step so you don't mess up. But it can be a bit daunting sometimes. You can just go for it sometimes. I do it most of the time, to be fair, but I guess when you get more experience with modding, you can skip more steps. But when you're starting out, yeah, definitely, because yeah, just take every step at a time, every little baby step each time, and you'll honestly, it'll work out definitely. So we'll go to Waterfront, but yeah, I'm gonna try and do some more. Might even make a quest. And as you know, it can take time just to make a follower. It's not like Skyrim. Skyrim's pretty easy to make a follower. All you have to do is add them to the follower faction. But with this game, it's not like that. So she's wandering, as you see. She's just walking around.
Hello.
But let's ask her now.
I hope I can help.
So, let's hope
How do you do?
she's following us. Then let's ask her again.
Well met.
Don't follow. There you go. So she is like, you know, she's not following me or anything anymore. Let's ask her to follow us again.
I hope I can help.
How are you today?
And then ask
Good
her
day.
not to. Brilliant. So yeah, the problem there was just that she needed a AI package to default on. So yeah, brilliant. I'm happy with that. Happy. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that was useful. I know I apologise if it was a bit long-winded in some parts, but I'm very happy that you all could listen, and I'll get another video up soon so we can do some more Oblivion modding. You know, it'll be fun and make the follower even better. So take care then, guys, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.